guys and gals, and we're here from Drake Green Gaming, 70 Mountains Wood of the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Repeat. Owen's Path. So let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. You'd probably be into that. Just stick close to me, okay? Like Elmer's glue. Everyone settled into their kayak as the race is about to begin. Sissel was sitting in front of me while fidgeting with his life jacket. The kayaks are pretty cramped, so I can feel the warmth of his back pressing against my chest. I glanced over and saw Philip and Owen struggling into their own boat. Owen was a big guy and took up most of the space. Philip was practically cradled between his legs. Owen looked very pleased with himself. Philip looked homicidal. Well, Adrian, you ready? Not really. Ugh, well, aren't you reassuring? A whistle sounds in the distance. Everyone get into position. May the best kayaker win. And please avoid ramming into each other like last year. Insurance rates are going up. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Begin! The sounds of frantic paddling and splashing immediately surrounded us. Some boats immediately flipped over while others veered off into random directions. One team forgot to untie their kayak from the dock and were paddling in place. Sissel and I were doing fairly well, paddling in sync. It turned out that kayaking really strained your arms, though. Hey, this actually isn't too bad. Whoa! Suddenly the water around us lurches and Owen speeds by. His paddles were a blur against the water as he swung them wildly with his big-ass arms. Philip was sitting up, hands clenching the sides of his kayak with his eyes squeezed shut. See you at the finish line, losers! That little shit! Adrian, we have to win this! Paddle faster, we have to kick Owen's ass! I've got the wimpiest arms in existence, though. I'm not losing to that jackass. Just do it! Just do it! I half-heartedly paddled faster, but there was no way to catch up to Owen. With flimsy arms like mine, it just ain't happening. Is the kayak supposed to walk around this much? The water does feel a bit rougher here. You feeling okay, Sissel? If you want, we can double back. No, we're gonna win this! Doesn't it feel like the water's getting higher, though? Just keep paddling, Adrian. I thought you were afraid of water. If I just pretend everything's not going to shit, it won't. Mind over matter, okay? Our kayak abruptly capsized, throwing both of us spluttering into the water. Sissel immediately held on to me with an iron grip. I'm gonna die, aren't I? This is it! I'm gonna drown and get eaten by the fishes and turn into fish shit! Shh, we're gonna be fine. This is why we wear life jackets. Now stop clinging to me like a baby koala and help me flip the kayak back upright. That's not gonna do any good. There's a hole in the side of the boat. This thing ain't floating. What? Sure enough, there was a fist-sized rift in the kayak that slowly drank in the surrounding water. It was sinking faster than our chances of winning this race. Do you think the school will leave without us? We'll be stuck in the middle of the lake together until we rot and die. How romantic. Be serious, won't you? How can I be serious with you spewing melodramatic angst every other minute? I'm panicking, okay? And stop laughing at me. I stifled another chuckle as I pet Sissel's head soothingly. Oh, look, someone's coming to rescue us. Sure enough, Philip and Owen were paddling their kayak towards us, with Owen looking particularly reluctant. Adrian, Sissel, are you two alright? Oh, geez, you guys are useless without us. You're full of shit. You're full of shit, Owen. Is that any way to treat someone who's coming to your rescue? You were just saying how you wanted to leave them behind. Well, that's in the past. I'm too kind-hearted to abandon these helpless ducklings. Ducklings? Ignore him, Adrian. Here, take my hand. It might get a bit cramped here. Oh, come on, Philip. We can't just let them on without some sort of payment. How about you two give each of us a nice hot blow? Ignore him. I can throw him... Well, I can throw him overboard if you want. Please don't. He's the one doing most of the paddling. What? Is that all I am to you, Philip? I thought we had so much together. Owen wailed dramatically and wrapped his arms around Philip's waist as he helped us onto the kayak. So much except for personal space. Sissel and I were jammed tightly into the back of the kayak. I sat in the very back with Sissel cramped snugly between me and Owen. His warm back was pressed tightly against my chest and between my calves. The way the boat was rocking made Sissel's hips grind against my crotch rhythmically. Shit, I could feel myself getting hard. Adrian, what's poking me? Sorry about that. Don't worry about it. This was getting awkward. Luckily, Philip and Owen were too preoccupied with paddling to notice. Well, it looks like we're too far behind in the race to actually win. Don't be so pessimistic. I'm sure we can make it if I paddle through it 100% and barrel through a few over teams. The chances of that are as high as the chance of us actually kissing. Was that a challenge? That settles it. We have to win. You two back there, put your back into it. I have to win my true love's kiss. Hang on, I never actually promised. Onward! Owen thrashes his paddle into the water wildly, thrusting the kayak forward at breakneck speed. The force of it practically throws Sissel into me, pressing us close together. Slow the fuck down, you'll kill us all! Ha! Wimp! Hurtling rapidly towards shore, the kayak bashes into and throws several other teams aside. We almost flip over several times. As we approached the shore, there was a loud whack as Owen accidentally elbowed Philip in the face and threw him overboard. You dumbass! Ah! Owen dived headfirst into the water after Philip with a panicked shout. Philip, hold on! Calm down, the water's like 2 feet deep here. Oh! Listen, I'm really sorry, I didn't think... you usually don't. Wait. You two! Hurry up and finish the race without us so I don't have to kiss him! Aye, aye, Captain. Anything to piss off Owen. What? Wait, what? Don't! Without another word, Sissel and I grabbed the paddles and thrashed our way to shore, leaving Owen behind in our wake. Welcome back, gentlemen. Congratulations on winning this year's race, with no casualties. That was the most traumatic experience of my life. Adrian, why did you make me do this? I think it went fairly well, actually. Fucking twat, I'm gonna need therapy after this. But did you die? Sissel groaned and punched me in the shoulder. Behind us, Philip was wading his way out of the water with Owen following closely behind. Oh, hey, you're alive. Thanks to you two. Now I don't have to kiss Owen. I owe you both big time. Ah, I figured you'd be dying to kiss me, Philip. Of course. Really? Yeah, I'd rather die first. Ha! You really know how to kill a guy's self-esteem. You're welcome. The kayaking experience was a shipwreck waiting to happen, but I was glad things worked out in the end. Mrs. Corliss allowed everyone a quick break before announcing that the second session of activities was about to begin. More activities already? Please, no more. I can't afford the therapy. I need to recover from this shit. What's the point of doing all this anyway? What does this even have to do with school? Mrs. Corliss gave Sissel a sad nod and patted him on the shoulder. I completely agree with you, Sissel. Your time is much better spent in the classroom. Unfortunately, the school board deemed that group activities like this would help the student body get along. I'm pretty sure half the kayaking teams tried to kill each other. Mrs. Corliss actually snorted in amusement. I never said the school board was right. I don't make the rules, though, so everyone will have to play along in these mandatory fun sessions whether they like it or not. Mandatory fun? Well, we might as well make the most of it. We could all use some fresh air anyway. It's not like we don't have air indoors. Anyway, what other activities do you have planned for us? Mrs. Corliss dug through her clipboard with a sigh. It seems like you folks have the option to either go for a swim or play several rounds of volleyball. I'm sure you'll find both activities to be equally beneficial to your education. Her voice was dripping with heavy sarcasm. I guess the great outdoors isn't exactly your thing, unless we have something in common. Well, time to decide what to do with the rest of our time. Go play volleyball, go swimming. Go play volleyball, go swimming. Oh. Hell yeah. Volleyball. I'm not exactly a sports guy, but a few rounds of volleyball sounds simple enough. Plus, Sissel looks like he's gonna die if he gets wet again. Sissel beamed at me just like I told him Christmas came early. Actually, does... Most of them, we could all use some fresh air anyway, mandatory. Let's see. What does Owen want to do? What does Owen want to do? Oh, he doesn't know. Go swimming. Yeah. Oh, 1 second, y'all. Water time. Alright, guys and gals, and we are back. Let's jump back into it. What should we do? Should we do swimming, volleyball, swimming, volleyball, swimming, volleyball? I'm not sure. Let's do volleyball. I'm not exactly a sports guy, but a few rounds of volleyball sounds simple enough. Plus, Sissel looks like he's gonna die if he gets wet again. Sissel beamed at me, just like I told him Christmas came early. I yelped as he swung an arm over my shoulders into a grateful half hug. I guess he was too tired for full hugs. Adrian, you're a true lifesaver. If you say so. We made our way towards the volleyball net, which was situated in a particularly sandy area alongside the lake. Owen jumped into the sand with his usual bombastic excitement. Alright, let's get this show on the road. I said we make this a 2v2 game. Great, I'll team... Owen suddenly pulled Philip close to his chest with a wink. I call being on Philip's team. Yay. Looks like we'll be teaming up again. You ready for this? Absolutely not. Does it look like I'm a sports kind of guy? Come on, Adrian, show a little more spunk. We can't just let Owen win. Sissel's eyes were shining with competitive determination as he jabbed a pointed finger at Owen on the other side of the volleyball net. Don't expect us to go easy on you. Don't expect me to do anything useful. Hey, don't sweat it, Adrian. You might be useless, but I'll pick up the slack. Thanks. At least Philip doesn't look too athletic either. We might actually stand a chance. Huh. If you want to think that way, then go ahead. I'll be showing you no mercy. It's like Philip's got a competitive side, too. It's kind of hard to not be intimidated by the shortest guy. It's kind of hard to be intimidated by the shortest guy in the group, though. Oh, looks like I would be serving the ball first. Here goes nothing. I tossed the ball straight into the air with a perfect form as I leapt up and pah! The ball spiked straight into the net. Everyone's pitiful stare speared me through the heart. I dropped to my knees and hung my head in shame. Sissel patted my head pitifully. That was a shit serve, man. Aren't you supposed to be comforting me? Sugarcoating ain't gonna fix your bad aim. Ow! That's brutal honesty. Owen cackled from the other side of the net as he tossed the ball into the air. Is he serving now? He does volleyball. How does volleyball even work? Better luck next time, kiddo! He hit the ball with a resounding bang. Before I knew what was happening, the ball rocketed across the court and smacked Sissel over the head. The lights went out when he lands on top of me, accidentally straddling my hips as his face felt dangerously close to my own. Whoop. I could feel his warm breath against my cheek. If I just leaned a little bit closer. Owen, you jackass! Watch where you're hitting that thing! Sissel immediately sat up away from my face. A small whine of disappointment grumbled from my throat. Thankfully, he didn't seem to notice. As he continued to spew colorful language towards the other side of the net, I shivered as I felt Sissel accidentally grind against my crotch. You alright there, Adrian? Huh? Whoops, I guess I accidentally began grinding back. Both our faces were equally beet red as we scrambled back onto our feet, frantically avoiding each other's gaze. You alright, Adrian? I'm fine! My voice was an octave higher than I intended. Alright, y'all, I'm actually going to pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification button in the comments, y'all. Let me know if there's anything else I can do to get closer to Owen. He is my intended target after all. Anyway, I love you all, and I shall see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.